What's going on? It's your boy Mac back with some more boxing knowledge. And today I wanted to talk about the whole Ivan Redkach breakdown, the whole situation, with Adrian Broner or whatnot. And the situation is not anything that I wouldn't have expected. For the simple fact, I just did a video about all this shit. I just did a video called PBC versus the world. PBC against the world. On the thumbnail it say PBC versus everybody. So look that up, check that out. You know what I'm saying? Show me some love on that video and just, get some of that information. The main point of me making that video was to discuss how boxing has changed. You could really separate boxing into two eras if you want to. You could say one is BH and one is AH. You know what I'm saying? One is before Heyman and one is after Heyman. And what exactly did Heyman do? Heyman opened up the market for boxers to work with promoters as event promoters and not directly as they bosses. So you have a few promoters that still own they fighters, that are still holding they fighters' livelihoods over their heads. And that's the situation that Ivan Redkach was in, and he discussed it, through a translator in an interview.
He appeared at the press conference, and everybody thought that the deal is done, and we just been waiting for the bout agreement from BLK. All of a sudden, Ivan's promoter decided to be involved, like 100%. The first, he said that he has to negotiate the bout agreement, but we became surprised that what you're going to negotiate if the deal is actually done. So it basically just has to be put like in writing. So then he said that none of us allowed to reach BLK or even accept the phone calls or text messages from them. And not all of us, it includes Ivan, me, and Ivan's advisor, Charles.
And his promoter, just so we can clarify, we're talking about Joe DeGuardio, right?
Correct, Joe, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so he really is one of the people that's feeling the burn from being under the old guard, being under one of those old guard contracts where you are just a worker. He see people like Bud, they are their own boss, the same way that people who join a pyramid scheme or something like that and they selling knives for a company are being told like they're their own boss. You know what I mean? Like a boss don't need a paycheck, a boss write paychecks. I'm gonna say that one more time. A boss don't need a paycheck, a boss write paychecks. But anyways, back to the Redkach situation. So his whole thing and the whole dilemma he is facing is that, with one side, BLK might be dealing directly with Broner and about billions. And on the other side, they're dealing with, the promoter for the fighter, and they're not dealing with the fighter directly.
None of us allowed to talk, reach, or accept phone calls, text messages, respond on any and all, and from any and all on behalf of the BLK. Okay, so if you have exclusive rights, so it means that you're going to represent Ivan's the best interest exclusively. And then it took a while. We haven't seen the bout agreement. Finally, the bout agreement was received by Ivan's promoter. And then he just was holding. He didn't return it to Ivan.
So what ended up happening on Redkach's side was he agreed to the terms and everything, and he was ready to fight. But his boss, his promoter, under one of those old guard contracts, didn't agree to everything. So he's just stuck in the sunken place that boxers are in. You got a lot of zombie promotions. The biggest zombie promotion right now, to me, in my opinion, is Golden Boy. They a big zombie promotion. They just walking dead right now. And that's the whole thing with Ryan Garcia. Ryan can't get a fight. Unless it's a discount fight, because it's the same situation. You got a Crawford situation over there, with Ryan Garcia. And he can't get a fight because, man, the money that he want to get paid based on what he's projected to make if he goes over to the PBC. He's seen those numbers now. Once you look at those numbers that Al could get you, you can't look back. You can't unsee that shit. That's why Marcos Maidana left. He retired. You know what I mean? I said, I was joking about it in my video. I said, Al retired me. That's that's who really beat Maidana and shit. You know what I'm saying? That was his biggest fight that he lost. You know what I'm saying? So Ivan Redkach, he was ready to fight, and I like how he did that too. He named his promoter, who the promoter was. I don't know if his promoter is attached. He got a Hispanic name. I don't know if he attached to nobody else, like maybe Golden Boy or something like that. I'm not sure what promotion Ivan Redkach really fought with, but he is a perfect example of what's wrong with boxing, And right now you got this thing going on where everybody want to blame Al Heyman because of a lack of knowledge about how boxing work, and the PBC being the biggest promotion and the only promotion that's not a zombie promotion. I'ma tell you like this. Betting against Al Heyman and the PBC is the same mistake that HBO made, HBO boxing. And where do you see them at right now? Exactly. And so these promotions that think, well, I'm going to bet against Al Heyman is betting, they thinking like this: Al Heyman is betting on the fighters. We are betting against the fighters. So if we could of course we don't want the fighters to join together, because they could easily join together and form some type of collective bargaining thing. So they like, what we want to do is attack Al Heyman, attack his business model. We can create problems and then point the finger at Al Heyman, and that's what they doing. They creating their own problems with their own promotions. Al Heyman got a big fight coming up. He got the Spence fight coming up, which is about to be a big fight. He got the Caleb Plant and Benavidez fight coming up. That's a big fight. And then he got Charlo and Zoo coming up. That's going to be a big fight. And I'm ready to see Jamal Charlo comeback fight, because I like Jamel Charlo. He good, but man, Jamal Charlo is a beast though. That's the Charlo brother I like. But think about most of the fighters though, that think about 10 fighters you can name their names, or think about a promotion that got 10 fighters where you can name their names. It's the PBC. And all this going on and all these blocking these fights and all this with Adrian Broner and all that, is just when they do this, when these promoters do this and they stop these fighters from going to these other from getting these fights done and stuff like that, it's because they don't want the fighter to make money with another promoter. It don't got nothing to do with boxing is corrupt and all this and that. Like, no, it ain't. You could pinpoint the specific corrupt people who are corrupt in boxing. You could pinpoint the specific boxers in boxing who sit on belts and don't do nothing with them. You know what I'm saying? And hold up the division. You could pinpoint those people. It ain't like just the whole sport is messed up. But there's so many different things I could cook on. There's so many different angles I could cook. You know what I'm saying? From we could air fry this thing. You know what I'm saying? We could boil it. We could bake it. We could fry it. Shit. This whole situation with the promoters. But I'm happy that I dropped the video that I did, and check it out. Make sure y'all check it out. PBC versus everybody on the thumbnail. And just because that's the biggest, and I didn't drop it because of this reason, but right now that's the biggest discussion going on in boxing, and it's a discussion that needed to be had. What's up with these promoters? You got promoters like De La Hoya that are their fighters' biggest liability. Like De La Hoya is his own fighters' biggest liability, but he owns them, so they can't do nothing. Ryan Garcia want to make a fight. He believe in himself and all that, but he's also De La Hoya's cash cow. So once he get knocked out cold in an embarrassing fashion, then what's gonna happen after that? What is De La Hoya gonna do? But also the type of money that the fight is projected to make against Tank Davis. And De La Hoya knows this because of the money Tank is already making through GTD Promotions. When Ryan Garcia make that amount of money, his first $2 or $3 million payday or something, man, his head is already through the clouds. His head is gonna go through the roof, and De La Hoya gonna have a big problem on his hands. They go back and forth. A lot of the drama y'all see with Ryan and De La Hoya publicly, they use people as proxies and situations as proxies, meaning like they use it as a go-between to mask a bigger situation or to outlying bigger problems or adversaries. They would use the Tank Davis fight as a proxy between the two of them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of tug of wars y'all think they having about Tank Davis are they way of arguing with each other. Cause it'll be like, yeah, I'm getting the Tank Davis fight, or I'll leave Golden Boy. And then here go Oscar. Oh, I'll sell Golden Boy right now. I'll sell it right now. I'm thinking about selling it. Like, so it's like, I'll sell you to somebody before your contract is up if you try to leave me. It'd be a lot going on behind the scenes, man. I can break some more of it down, but, we get into it on some other videos. For now, hate, like, comment, and, just let me know what y'all think, And, yeah, remember, you can play games, but you can't play boxing. I'm out, y'all. Later.
Right in on top.